have to remember our order of operations first. Now, if you remember, we did BODMAS, and in this particular situation, when we say this is orders, and orders is another word for powers or exponents, which is what we have here. Okay, these indices are also orders, powers, and exponents, which means we usually do them quite high up the order of operations, right after we've done the brackets. Alright, so let's get rid of that. And let's see how this is done. So, the subtraction is much lower down the order of operations than the evaluation of these two powers. So we should do that first. So we have 7 squared minus 6 squared. And this is equal to 7 times 7, 2 here, 2 there, minus 6 times 6. Okay, remember we have to do these multiplications first. So what's 7 times 7? Well, that's 49. What's 6 times 6? Well, that's 36. What is 49 minus 36? Well, that's just 13. And we can check this with our calculator. We can do 7 to the power of 2 minus 6 to the power of 2 and hit equals, and we get 13, which is what we had. Alright, let's look at our next one. The next one's a little bit more complicated, but all we have to do is remember that we can actually write this out first as in its expanded form if we get confused. So 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. There are 3 3's here. There's 3 in the power, or the indice, plus 10 times 10, plus 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. And you can see we've already come into a bit of a problem. We don't have to do all of these ones, because we know that 1 times itself any number of times is just going to be equal to 1. 1 times 1 done 100 times over is still 1. So we can pretty much just write that this is going to be adding just 1 plus 1. Alright, now let's evaluate this. So we have 2 times 3, which is 6, 6 times 3, which is 18, and then 18 times 3. Well, that's just going to be 30 plus 24, which is going to be 54, plus 10 times 10 is 100, plus 1. So if we add all that together, we get 155. Alright, and we can put this into a calculator, but depending on the calculator that you have, it may not evaluate the order of operations correctly. So please make sure to do all of your order operations in your calculator correctly, and then put it, and don't assume it will do it correctly. So let's do 3 to the power of 3 equals that, times 2 is 54, which we already got, and then we're going to plus 10 to the power of 2, and then we're going to plus 1 to the power of 7, which you will see is just 1. Alright, so the goals for this lesson are pretty simple. Be able to expand a power or an indice, and then also be able to turn something into index form, and then finally be able to perform operations with them in the correct order. Alright, give the last questions a go, and I'll see you in the next lesson.